I had a few things I wanted to bring up, but I'm gonna be whenever I always say like we need to have a conversation, we need to talk. People always think it's a negative thing or whatever. This is actually me giving flowers to somebody. We need to talk about Jayson Tatum and why he should be considered. I think it is, and it may not even be. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be close because that's a hot take, but he should be the face of the league. He should be considered the face of the NBA. Sheldon, we kind of brought this up last week. When you break it down from everything, from the image to the stats to the winning to the pedigree, like everything, there should be no question why Jayson Tatum should not be the face of the league. Like he's been winning since he got into the league, basically, like at a high level. He's almost like a. I'm not going to say like this because this player is. I'm not comparing the player. I'm just saying the way they've won from the gate. It's like Patrick Mahomes-esque. You know what I'm saying? Like his early on, he dunked on LeBron like in his first 2 years. And he went to an Eastern Conference Finals and all that stuff. Like LeBron had to really go in his bag to stop them from being early title favorites. But the way that he's been disrespected ever since then, and still continuously to this day, is insane to me because people have always talked about how come we don't have an American-born superstar being the face of the league and all that stuff. And he is literally everything you would want. He represents the great organization. You don't see him get into trouble. He's a great ambassador for the NBA community, but he still gets disrespected even by his own peers with Steve Kerr putting him on the bench for the Olympic team. And I don't care what no one says. You can't tell me that Jayson Tatum they still would have won gold if they gave Jayson Tatum minutes. Like I'm sorry, like that team was good enough. I'm not trying to take away from credit from Steph and LeBron. Of course, they did their thing, but Jayson Tatum should have got some minutes over Bam Adebayo and Derek White. I'm sorry. So. My thing is we need to talk about how come Jayson Tatum is not the face of the league. Q, I want to hear your thoughts. FIFO, if you got something, anybody else, but Jayson Tatum should undoubtedly be the face of the league, not only just now, but moving forward.
You know, it's interesting. I'm actually seeing more Jaylen Brown than Tatum. And maybe because Jaylen Brown going around talking to folks about different things. But I rarely see Tatum doing a lot of interviews. Maybe it's just what I'm paying attention to, but he just who wants to grow up and be like Tatum, bro?
Bro, that's the thing. Like we ain't gotta do all that.
I mean, I just think
right. I just think right, man.
Jayson Tatum this is not an anomaly for me. It's a lot of factors. One factor is that Jayson Tatum wasn't drafted as the guy. That's one factor that people keep glossing over because we keep.
Who was supposed to be the guy in Boston when he got drafted?
The guy was Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving, and then they just happened to have a pick, and then they took Jayson Tatum. Jayson, I say all the time, and it's not hate; it's just a fact. Jayson Tatum has had a stacked team since the minute he's got to the league. He's always been an additive to the team, but he became the guy because they realized, oh shit, this guy's better than Gordon Hayward and he's better than Kyrie. We can trust Jaylen and Jayson to being the franchise. And then they built around them and they kept building around them. Jayson's personality, from a marketing standpoint, he's kind of dry. He's kind of a pretty dry dude, but that's what happens when you become a father at a really young age. You get kind of washed in terms of like.
That's what happens when you sleep with your mom till you're 13 years old.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, but like, but on some real shit though, like you have to become a father at a young age. You kind of, and he seems like a responsible guy, and it just seems like a dude that you would meet at like the farmer's market and just talk about like, you know, what stocks he's invested in. It didn't seem like he's not Anthony Edwards, who's like damn near in the shade room every week, and he don't want to be the face of the league. And he's not Luka Doncic, where he has a demonstrative personality on the court. So it's a multitude of factors, and I think it comes down to the fact that he's not the bubbly personality, and he's not so great that you have to make him the face of the league. They're just kind of doing this face of the league by committee shit, which I don't really understand.
But he's undoubtedly a top 5 player, and he's been that
Nobody
way.
But we're talking about face of the league. That doesn't mean
real quick, nobody can relate to Jayson Tatum. Nobody can relate to like going to Duke, being this chiseled basketball player, sleeping with your mom until you're 13. Nobody can relate
don't
to
say
that
it like
bro.
that, bro. That's not what he did.
But that's serious. He said that. He came out and he said that. He made that a part of his portfolio. Nobody can relate to that. Nobody can relate to Jayson Tatum.
Nobody. No, it's not that nobody can relate. Nobody wants to relate. Like those are things that you keep between the people that know, and that's it, right? And I think Ken said it. Nobody wants to be Jayson Tatum. And Nick, we're talking about face of the league. It has nothing to do with your skill set. It has everything to do with how people relate to you, and if the kids want to be you. The reason why Michael Jordan was the face of the league was because everybody wanted to be like Mike. Oh, my bad. They made a whole campaign around that. I want to be like Mike.
I want to be like Mike, nigga. I want to drink the Gatorade like Mike. Exactly. I can relate.
You look at Penny Hardaway, right? Penny Hardaway had the game, but Nike had the marketing, and everybody wanted to be Chris Rock. Everybody wanted to be the personality of Penny.
So you're going to my point though.
Wait, hold on. I am not. And Q, to answer what you were saying, LeBron had kids at a young age, and that didn't make him dry. You know what I'm saying? People wanted to be LeBron because nobody could be LeBron. It's like, oh shit, I've never seen that. I would like to be that, but I understand I can't relate to him.
The caveat that I gave,
people can relate to Michael Jordan. They can relate to all these people. They can't relate to Jayson Tatum. That's the problem that you have.
And the response is supposed to be quick per Nick.
Yeah, my bad. My thing was just more of like, to people was making my point, like, if you like, the NBA will cater to you enough that even if you don't have a personality, we'll do something for you. They do the same thing with Joker. Joker's the reason, like, Joker's like, I don't want that shit. But like, they keep forcing me to try to be like, if Joker had a personality, he would be the face of the NBA. But he don't want it. Tatum wants it. Nobody want to give it to him. Like,
people can relate
because don't nobody want to be him.
Even though people can relate to Joker, though. People can relate to, I'm great at my job.
Well,
we
can't.
Out here and do this. Absolutely, they can.
War.
Like, there's people.
A lot of European people.
There are people out there exactly, Q. As what you were about to say, there are people that can relate to joking and say, I'm really good at this, but I don't give a fuck about it.
All right.
People can relate to that.
All
people
right.
can't relate to his
Also, FIFO, Tatum's shoes are not selling like LaMelo or,